to the programme. Our top story this hour: the number of children recruited to be soldiers in Haiti has tripled in the past year. This according to research just published today by UNICEF, the UN Children's Agency. The children are often forced to join gangs, which now control about 90% of the Haitian capital, Port-au-Prince. Well, with me to talk about this is Antoine Ghazalay. He's a child protection specialist at UNICEF Haiti. Hello to you and thanks for speaking to us.
Hello, thank you.
So tell us then, how is it that this many children have ended up becoming recruited by gangs? Who's recruiting them?
So the reality, what we are showcasing, only even the 200% increase of children being recruited is only a small portion of what we have been documenting as grave violation against children for the past couple of years. This number is also being increased on a yearly basis due to the fact that the political and instability and also the war is dragging Haiti into additional sorrow, which is, you can see now right now in the pictures. This is the harsh reality that Haiti is leading, with over 90% of the capital being controlled by the gangs and more than 1.4 million children and population being displaced. Out of them, half of them are children. This number is only going to be increasing as the poverty is also on the rise. As UNICEF, we are working to be able to document those grave violations against children, and we are noticing that poverty is one of the main cause that is pushing children to be recruited by the gangs, unfortunately.
Yeah, and as you say, that the stats are shocking. A 200% jump in the number of children who are being forced now to join gangs. And for those children, obviously, look, there are physical dangers of being part of gangs. But I can imagine as well, it's psychologically hugely damaging for these children too.
Exactly. We have been noticing throughout our programs additional also traumas that children are facing, especially boys and girls. As you know, boys are being used sometimes as spies and also as couriers for those gangs, but also girls are being used as sexual slaves. So this situation has been having a huge toll on children's psychosocial status, and we are trying too hard as UNICEF and our partners to ensure that psychosocial support is being provided for those children, but also for their caregivers that are also facing these intensive, let's put it in this way, price due to this fact of political instability and raging war. And we need also to notice that in the upcoming season, in the upcoming period of time, we'll be having also deployment of the gang suppression force. And this is also causing the gangs to create additional tension in the city.
Yeah, look, let's talk about the life of children in Haiti, if we can, just beyond the gangs, even though obviously that is a really important part of this story and your work with UNICEF. There's about 1.2 million children under the age of 5 in Haiti who face food insecurity. Just spell out to us what that means. What does life look like for a child in that position?
In addition to the 1.42 million that are children that are under this case of facing severe malnutrition, you also need to add that there's a huge closure of schools within the capital and also in the country. So children are not being able even to access the basic services that are, of course, the medical part of it, but also accessing the school system. So part of what we are trying to see is as UNICEF, we are trying to work around the clock to be able to ensure at least minimum packages of services, including health and nutrition, and even basic packages of education and formal and non-formal education for children living in Port-au-Prince, in their host community, but also in IDP sites. And you need to know that the number that I mentioned before, the 1.4 million IDPs, are internally displaced people. So there are children and parents forced to leave their homes due to the gang violence.
And just a final question for you, Antoine. I'm sure UNICEF is doing the best that it can for these children you're talking about in Haiti, but given that 90% of the capital, an extraordinary statistic, is controlled by these gangs, I mean, how much access do you actually have to help the children here who clearly are in significant need?
So part of the work we are doing is actually working also on the prevention of this community violence, and also working with local actors that are working inside those controlled zones. So we rely heavily on the local actors and NGOs that are working in the controlled areas, and these are our These are the ones who are providing the main access to those children. And they are the ones who are providing the access to the services.
All right, Antoine Ghazalay, really good to speak to you today about the situation facing children in Haiti. Thanks very much.